We are live. We are live. Good evening and welcome to Joesph and the Amazing All-Star Concert Q&A tonight. We've had loads going on. We've had loads of technical issues, but tonight, because I can already see her and I can hear her already, fingers crossed, we are not going to have any issues. So let's get straight into it this Sunday, isn't it? It's Sunday. Sallie Beth Lawless, hello.
Howdy. Hi.
How are you, my darling? You okay?
Fab. Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I'm very, very well. Loving the digs behind you. It's like
the
cribs,
iconic
isn't it?
red sofa.
I like it.
Sofa.
So how are you this Sunday night? Having fun? Doing anything exciting? Besides this, of course.
No, this is the highlight of the week, really. Let's be real. No, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I've put my makeup on. I've washed my hair. It's, progress.
Just out of curiosity, is that the first time you've done that in lockdown or this week?
No, not in lockdown, but in a few days. And you forget how important that is. I'm going on a tangent, but it's really, really important to do those kinds of things, like check in with yourself, wash your hair, and do things that make you kind of feel like yourself, because you kind of lost identity in lockdown. So it's really important that you do those things. So I've relearnt the importance of that today.
I don't mind the education. I was chatting to Anna yesterday, and she was talking about her life coaching and everything. So
yeah.
Hair care might as well be something that we chat about this weekend as well.
It's very important. I mean, I'm basically brunette if I do that. Now I'm blonde. Brunette, blonde.
Like, so you're just giving it away now. Nobody would know about the roots until then.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, enough about hair, as fantastic it is. We have got a stack full of questions here being sent in through fans of Joesph and fans of yourself. Ready for you to answer. No pressure, but are you ready?
Born ready.
All right, Sallie, let's get straight into it. Question number one comes from Lady Debbington. Hi, Sallie. I would like to ask you, what is your favourite part or dance that you have ever performed, please?
Very polite, lady.
I'm the one that's not supposed to be able to talk, not you.
Thank you for the question. What's my favourite part? I mean, it would be so obvious for me to say Mrs. P, but it is so fun. Of course it is. And I never really realised until recently, looking back at my CV, how much I've been typecast into that kind of role in every job I've ever got. And I realised it's because it's just organic, So just coming into that kind of role, wearing that gorgeous costume. It has to be Mrs. P. It has to be.
Good choice. There you go, Lady Debbington. Very royal, that sounds,
isn't it?
I like it. From somebody not as royal by the sounds of the name, Shaz. What advice would you give to your younger self?
If my younger self could see my life now, she probably wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
And not that I've had an amazing career that would make anyone envious, but for me, for my standards, for my level of success, this industry is a roller coaster, but I would say, that's it, keep going. It's gonna be fine, So I know that's something that everyone says, but dreams are obtainable, but only with the right kind of focus and attitude, really.
Yeah, passion and persistence, I think, has been a recurring thing through this question.
Yeah, passion and persistence.
There you go, Shaz. Mark Richardson. Hi, Sallie. Hope you are well. I saw you in Joesph playing Mrs. P. How much fun was it doing that role?
Oh, Mark. Lovely to hear from you. It was more fun than it looked. And it hopefully looked fun. And I did it alongside the wonderful Joe McElderry, who's a very, very close friend of mine. So lots of fun was had on stage. He's a great person to bounce off of. And with that kind of role, you can't really get stale in it. Otherwise, it kind of loses its feel. You can't really fool the audience. It has to be that kind of raw, like a bit playful. So with Joe, it was quite easy to do that each night. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Understand.
Yeah. A lot of people keep talking about when these amazing casts and the family that they develop and friends forever, just off the back of a musical. So not only has it, stood the test of time in regards to theatre and music, but also the friendship and family that it builds as well.
Absolutely. And you had Anna on yesterday.
Yeah.
And this is actually her flat.
Is it? So you're the flatmate?
I'm the flatmate. That's me.
So you're the guys that are going to have the watch party to watch yourself on telly do Joesph.
Yes.
Wow. We never knew that. Well, she didn't say that. She kept that quiet.
Yes, that's what's happening. Yeah. So we're doing that. That's in this lovely flat, the red sofa flat. I used to live with Anna. So that's how close we are. She was understudy narrator on one part of my tour. And like I said, I'm friends with Joe, and we have a lovely friendship group, me, Joe, and a few of the boys. And it's it's a light-hearted musical, but there are some emotional moments, and there's a lot. And when you're on the road, you share so much with the cast. So, you're in each other's pockets. So you're friends for life, really.
Yeah. You're stuck with them whether you like it or not, kind of thing.
Yeah, mostly if I don't like it.
You grow to love them.
Yeah.
Janice McMasters, this is fantastic what you're doing, this Joesph concert. We are all looking forward to seeing it. How did it feel to be asked to take part in this concert? And is it something, something that's never been done before? What was it like to be asked?
Janice, really good question, actually. I kind of thought I'd hung up my red heels, as we would say. So to be able to relive a few moments was super nostalgic for me. Obviously a huge honour to have been asked to be a part of it. And really nice to relive it. And like you say, to be able to do the watch party, it's just remembering that. And I was saying to the boys the other day, we were watching some clips and we were thinking, gosh, we literally had the best year. And so you're reliving those moments and creating new ones and helping raise money for an amazing cause. So yeah, it ticks a lot of boxes for me, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like we've said to many of the performers, all the way back from the first one to yourself, Sallie, is that when you are a performer, whether it be musical theatre, movies, TV or radio, it's kind of in your blood, isn't it? You want to perform, you want to get out there and you want to do it. So when this all happened, everyone thought, I can't go to the theatre, I can't go to clubs, I can't do this. But now we're able to do it online and it's amazing.
Yeah. Obviously, the frequency of doing it is a lot less, but when you do it, it's extra special. And being able to record it for a concert means that if you go wrong, you can record again and again and again. So, that's the beauty of it, being able to watch it back and be like, yeah, that was a nice take, we'll take that one. Did
you go wrong though, or were you
all
a
in
perfectionist?
One take,
did you get it all in one
take?
I wouldn't expect anything else, Sallie. There you go, Janice. Peter Matthews, apart from singing and dancing and being all-round awesome, what else do you like doing in your spare time? What's your hobbies and your interests?
Peter, you're my hobby, you're my interest now after saying that. Gosh, what a lovely thing to say.
This is turning into blind date, this.
I know.
It was the same with Anna yesterday.
Lord knows I need it. So I'm a fitness instructor on the side, which is a big interest for me, which then turned into a profession. But again, we can't really do that in lockdown either. But I do have a couple of clients that I train each week. So that's a huge interest for me. And I've just enrolled in a psychology qualification. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Those are just side interests for me that are turning into side hustles. So, yeah.
Good use of the word hustle there. Psychology. I mean, wouldn't expect that. Is that to maybe help read the audience a bit better? In how would you use that in the performing way?
Specifically sports psychology. So for athletes, I consider myself as an athlete, as a dancer. It's a type of athleticism. So it's beneficial with pushing someone to achieve their best and understanding like just constraints within the industry that might hinder you or might hold you back, and how to kind of push through those. But yeah, no, it's a life skill and it's something that I've always been super interested. But like you said earlier, it's in our blood. Performing is in our blood. So I don't see myself ever stopping until I physically can't. Then I'll have to have a complete shift of career, because I couldn't be like half in it. I couldn't just dip in it. So that's why quarantine's quite hard. But having the Joesph concert and lovely things like this just keep that creativity flowing. That's super, super important.
Yeah, we're excited to see your part in Joesph. I know a lot of people have been working very hard behind the scenes. I know it's not too far away So we're very excited. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Shelley Alexander, if you were to have a film made about your life, firstly, who would play you on this film, and what main thing would the film be focused on?
Oh, well, straight off the bat, Lady Gaga would
To
play
play
me.
you, yeah.
We share a very big nose, so that's just one similarity. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's definitely Sallie. She's very gritty as an actress, and let's just say I've led a very technicolor life. It's been very interesting. So there's a lot, and you'll just have to wait and see when I do release it. There's going to be a film.
The film.
Gaga's going to be in it. It's going to be great. The technicolor
I can't
life
wait
of
to
Sallie.
see it. I expect an invite to the premiere.
There's a section
There's what?
about you. Yeah, there's a section about
Is
you.
there?
Yeah. Played by you, though.
I like it.
Thanks.
I like it. I come cheap. It's fine. Alan Johnston, touring around the UK must have been fun and also had its downsides too. Can you tell us the fun parts and the not so fun parts of touring life in a musical?
Alan, another great question. Sterling questions. So an upside, obviously having the community vibe, being able to do a dreamy show every day, traveling around the country, seeing its little like nooks and crannies in the city. Potentially a downside, there weren't really many, and I know that sounds really cliche, but they're genuine. That was a really good year of my life. We have a thing, certain theatres have raked stages, and so adjusting to each venue can be quite tricky with regards to backstage space and the rake of the stage, which is like if you're watching from the audience, the stage is like that, and then they can be raked so that the audience has a better view, which means that we're like constantly tilting forward. So in heels and everything else, and negotiating partners and different, sizes of theatre space, it can be a bit tricky. And maybe just living out of a suitcase, because I like to have some options.
I assume you mean clothing wise,
yes.
right? Right.
Yes. So living out of a suitcase can be quite frustrating. It was like we started off with a suitcase, and by the end of the tour we had a couple of extra bags and things.
It's like when you go on holiday, isn't it? You can't fit it all in.
Fire things. Yeah. So they're not real downsides, but if I had to pick any, it would be those.
So talking about the stage and the wearing heels, I mean, I can't speak for anybody in heels, but there must have been some mishaps.
Yeah, funnily enough, today actually I was filming something for my friend's YouTube channel about bloopers. And there was one when I was dressed as an Ishmaelite, slipped on the cloak, went from here to here in an instant onto my elbow and fractured my elbow in the middle of the show. And it's the moment I meant to pull Joe off, like, you're coming with me, slave. And then I fell and I'm like a bug on its back, like on stage, like what's just happened? And Joe's like pulling me off, like this is changing the integrity of the show, but we need to get her off stage. So yeah, there's a few mishaps. I didn't fall over in Joesph, which is surprising because I'm quite tall, so I can be quite clumsy. But no, I didn't fall over in Joesph.
Very well. True professional. One take, no issues.
Just a broken elbow, nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's
no big
break a leg, but you broke the elbow, so same
the
thing.
show must go on, as they say.
Yeah, the theory was there. Margaret Smith, what are your favourite songs from the show, and can you sing a short clip of one of us for us now?
Oh, Christ. Warm up for this one, Margaret.
No pressure.
I'm going to say my favourite song and then sing something else, I think.
We've got time to fill.
Go
for it, Sallie.
There are no rules. I think the like real like tearjerker moment for me every single show would be at the end when they realise it's Joesph and all the boys are there looking at each other like, what? And they sing, I'm not going to sing it. Joesph, is it really you? And it's like such a nostalgic moment. And for Andrew, who created this show when he was so young, to build that emotion from just 5 words or whatever, just repeated and repeated, is really quite special. Really, really quite special. Christ, sing. Really on the spot. Yeah, let's sing some. Let's go.
Go for it.
Strange as it seems, there's been a run of crazy dreams, and a man who can interpret could go far, could become a star. That's all you're getting, folks.
Brilliant.
Oh.
There you go, Margaret. Brilliant.
Moving
Thank
on.
you.
Oh.
True professional as always. Gillian McFarlane, which Josephs have you worked with on the show? And secondly, did you get up to any shenanigans whilst on tour? Now, shenanigans is a wide variety of things, so take it away.
I'm keeping it PG, though. So, Gillian, I only worked with Jo on my tour. I'm sure, like, I've heard the other Josephs were great and lovely, but I was very, very, very blessed to work with Jo. Shenanigans, yes, I'm going to let you in on another blooper, but it was a backstage blooper. It's a great one. I know some of you probably know this because if you watched the Q&A with Jo the other night, then you'll know this, but Adam, this one's for you. So, in between Act 1 and Act 2, I had like a little ritual, you know, like us performers do, weird thing like, oh, I'm going to be terrible on stage if I don't click my fingers, you know, one of them. So in between Act 1 and Act 2, I would deodorize, also being respectful of my other performers, right?
Of course,
so I would just, you know, after Act 1, I had a hair change, costume change, quick spray, good to go. We were in the arena for Christmas, so there's quite a long distance from the dressing room to backstage, right? So if you forget something, you're screwed. You are really screwed. So I walked to backstage for the opening of Act 2. I hadn't sprayed deodorant. What was I going to do? I'm backstage and I've got backing vocals to sing on the mic. So my mic is live, right? So I'm like, could be famous, could be a big success, trying to find deodorant backstage. And there's like a trundle with accessories, spare accessories. And there was a can and it said Gillette. And I was like, oh, there is a God. So I grabbed it. Could be famous, could be a big success. Shh, spray. It was shaving foam. It went everywhere. And so you know when you're at school and something funny's happening and the teacher's going crazy, and if you laugh, you're being sent to the head teacher, so you cannot laugh, but that makes it 10 times funnier. It was that kind of situation. I was live on the mic. There's the dressers trying not to laugh because they're getting close to my mic, trying to wipe it, they're like shaking. The other girls have to turn around so that they're not looking my way. And there's just shaving foam on my costume, on my armpit, and I'm trying to sing. They're wiping it off, and I have like a wet patch on my costume and have to go straight on to be a cheerleader. But for the rest of that show, I couldn't look at the girls in the eye on stage because I'd lost it. I would have absolutely lost it. So yeah, shaving foam. That was a shenanigan that happened.
Okay. That's brilliant.
Me, eh?
That's brilliant. Thank you for being so honest with us. We like that, Sallie.
Oh, always.
So you've done some amazing things in your career. You know, Joesph, obviously the fitness side of things. After lockdown, what's going to be next for you?
Hard question for any of us to answer, really.
What would you like there to be?
Look, obviously, I quite like the life of touring. Quite like the life of touring, really. And I know a lot of people are like, West End, but to do a West End show on tour, for me, I'm not really a home person. I like to travel a lot. So I'd love another tour. That's not happening anytime soon, but when it does, it will taste even sweeter.
Yeah, fair enough. And talking of tours, if there was a tour that you could go out on and travel the nation, what would it be and what character would you play?
No brainer, Ghost.
And who would you play?
I would like to play Molly, but realistically, I think first or second cover Molly, because then I'd get to be in the ensemble, dance my little socks off, and then, once in a blue moon, pop into Molly's dungarees. I think it'd be great.
Why Ghost? Because there's so many out there, and obviously Ghost is off the back of a film. Why Ghost particular for you?
Really, really good question. I mean, there are loads of shows I'd love to be in, like Jersey Boys. There's loads of jukebox musicals and classics and stuff. But the music in Ghost, And the original Molly, Casey Levy, is just an idol of mine. So I think there's a lot of emotion attached to that. And I did actually get to the finals of Ghost as second cover Molly about a year and a half ago. So it was something that was like almost within reach. So it's something that I'm determined to do.
Yeah, and we hopefully look forward to you to doing that in the future. I'm sure you'd be happy with it, and we'd be happy to see you doing it. The creative team have got a question for you now, Sallie.
Ooh, okay.
It's what they have titled, according to this bit of paper in front of me, the Joesph Challenge. Can you sing all the colours in order, and how many are they?
So, funny fact, before I try being the operative word, I never had to sing the colours in the show. And I had to learn them for the Joesph concert because my vocal track and my track in the show never actually sang them. So when we were doing the Joesph concert, it was like, oh yeah, this is fun, just singing. And I was there trying to learn the colours. Like, I feel like I'm back at school, crazy. I'm going to try it, okay?
Okay.
I probably won't be as fast as everyone else that's done it.
It's fine. We've got time to fill. Go for it.
Okay. Red, yellow, green, brown, scarlet, black, ochre, peach, ruby, olive, violet, fawn, lilac, gold, chocolate, mauve, cream, crimson, silver, rose, azure, lemon, russet, grey, purple, white, pink, orange, blue. I think I did it.
You've got him. Well done, Sallie.
I did. I was counting. It actually didn't count. Did you see? That was not counted.
Yeah. So how many is there? You're going to sing them again? If you've just tuned
29,
in, 29? 29, spot on. Well done, you smashed it, girl.
Look at the net.
There we go, perfect.
Wow.
That's an achievement. Are you feeling positive?
Thank you. I really needed that. I really needed you to acknowledge how much of an achievement that was. That was an afternoon well spent. I didn't waste time learning that. Wow.
Did you have a technique to learn it? Because we've spoke to people and they're like, right, we had this particular. I remember talking to David, and he was like, I departmentalized everything. And do you have special techniques to remember stuff?
I have slight photographic memory.
Okay.
And I like
slight.
Yeah.
How do you categorize slight?
People have like super vivid photographic memory.
Yeah.
I can picture it, but I can't see exactly everything. But I can make bits. It's like, this probably sounds like absolute rubbish to you guys, but it's how I see it. It's a bit blurry, but I can make out like longer words to shorter words. Yeah. And then if I add moves to it, like in a musical, I know a lot of people think that that's like patting your head and rubbing your belly, like that's too much for the brain to handle. But my brain's been trained since I was 2 to kind of do that. So that, you know, if I learn a move to a word, it really does help. So yes, I was dancing away in the flat with the red sofa one afternoon, learning the colours. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It paid off. Yeah. Debbie Garner has got in touch and asked a question below in the comments. Can I ask what show you'd like to do next?
Other than Ghost, I'd love to do something like Top Hat. Old school, classy, app, legit, because a lot of my CV, like I said earlier, is very samey, which is lovely, very grateful, typecast. But like with my height and stuff, I think I could branch into, you know, something like Top Hat, beautiful music, costumes, era. And I can't see you. Oh, I can see you.
Sorry, I'm in a WhatsApp group and it's just gone crazy, so I had to shut it down. So I'm sorry.
No apology necessary. So yes, Debbie, who knows? But I'd love something like Top Hat. That'd be lovely.
Good choice. Thank you for your question, Debbie. So this Joesph thing that's coming up now, I mean, how long ago was it since you were in Joesph?
Let me think. So it was 2017 to 2018. So so I started January 2017 and ended like in the new year. So it was a year really, and we toured for months, and then had a few weeks off, and then toured again, and then finished in the arena. So it was the best part of a year really, and it was the best year probably of my career and of happiness as well. I laughed constantly, as you can imagine with a show like that. You can't start the show in a bad mood and end in a bad mood. Like,
Yeah.
It's I promise you it's impossible. So I hope that's the same for the audience. I'm sure that's why people come back. It's wham bam, thank you ma'am, 2 hours of a good old time, make you feel some feels along the way, but you'd never leave without like a little spring in your step, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was it was a definite highlight and of my life, and an incredible year.
So many people that we've chatted to on this Q&A, they put Joesph to one of the highlights of their career, because I think it's very difficult to not enjoy it because it's such a historic, iconic performance, and a lot of people saw it obviously when they were younger, and they gave them the instinct to go forward and pursue musical theatre. Did it do the same to you, or was there something else that gave you the get-go to kind of get into musical theatre?
Yeah, well, like most little girls, go to ballet. I started at 2 years old, and my brother and sister were in amateur dramatics, and I went along and just watched when I was really, really little. And my mum looked over, and I was literally copying and singing along for like such a little girl. And if I'm being completely honest with you, it's the one thing in my life that's been really consistent and a lovely output for all of my emotions, my journey. It's been really consistent, even though the industry isn't consistent. It's been the one thing that I've always gone to for any sort of enjoyment. Really, it's a cruel mistress, but the rewards, you really reap the rewards. And I've kind of never wanted to do anything else. And I know that that's frustrating for some people, because some people are like, I don't know what I want to do. And I'd be there like, oh, like, I have no understanding of how that feels, because I've, maybe to my dismay, only ever wanted to do this. And it's a tricky road, but like I said, you reap the rewards. But yeah, so it's ingrained in me, and there's no shaking it. I promise, there's no shaking it. But it's funny what you were saying about many people know Joesph. Nearly everyone I've spoken to has watched it or was in it when they were younger as a choir member. And one of my friends, Richard, who played the baker when I was on tour, he was in it as a choir member. So for him, it was a full circle. It was like sitting there like a bright-eyed little boy, like, this, I can only imagine of being in this. And then he was with the show for years. He's one of the longest running members of the Joesph family. So it's inspiring to a lot of children to be a part of it, and hopefully paves the way for them. Because, theatre is hard, and it's the one industry that gets money stripped by the government, like straight away, as we know now. So to give children an opportunity to have an insight into the theatre for free is priceless, really.
Yeah, and on the point that you made there about, a lot of funding has been stripped from it, especially now with the coronavirus stuff. The good thing about this it's just that people get to perform, and you get to see some of the greatest talent that has graced the Joesph stage. But it's also raising funds for people that have hit in bad times because they're in theatre and because they're forgotten about. So to be feeding that as well must be great for you to kind of assist people.
Absolutely. Because let's think about it. As soon as lockdown happened, what did we all rely on? Netflix, music, art. The industries that are ill-funded is what we rely on for enjoyment, escapism, as soon as lockdown happens. So we need to really concentrate on how important it is. And it doesn't need to be your career. It doesn't need to be something that is your main money earner, but an outlet for most children throughout their life, or adults throughout their lives. So it is really important, and it's so lovely to give back to an incredible charity. I know someone very close to me that they really, really help. So I think on the outside, you might look at that charity and not understand the true velocity of how important it is. But as soon as you or someone you know or is affected and they've stepped in and been incredible and integral to that person moving on and being back in the industry after an injury or whatever, then you really fully understand this is a big deal. And a lot of performers, especially now, as soon as things happened and they lost their contract, lost their homes, people had let out their homes thinking, I'm on tour for a year, I don't need my flat.
Yeah.
And then they were homeless. They went from being in a West End show to homeless overnight. You can't fathom that. So we're talking about issues like homelessness or unable to work, right?
Yeah.
And those are important issues, but the charity might not be seen as hailing those kind of things. So we need to spread the word and awareness that this charity is doing incredible, super important things for so many well-deserving people, and that's it really.
Yeah, and if you are watching this and you want to do anything at all to help out people that have entertained you and you're in a position to give a couple of quid to them, all the details will be on the screen and on the Joesph Concert Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Get on there and donate through Just Giving. Every penny and pound counts. It really, really does.
Yeah.
Carrying on with the questions, let's go back to Joesph as it is when you toured.
Then.
Amanda Nichols, what is it about, I'm doing a you, I can't talk. What is it about Joesph that makes so many actors return again and again?
Manda, it's you. It's people like you. Manda's an incredible fan, a lovely, lovely fan. There are loads of incredible fans, and they're not just people that are at the stage so they're like, oh, hi. No, they are like family, and they follow us on every job. They support us. They're there every Saturday night, getting everyone up in their seats. Like I said before, you cannot finish that show in a bad mood, and the fans help. So really, let's think about it. Would I rather work in a bar? No. Would I like to be in Les Mis? Yes. But would I maybe get the same feel at the end of the show? Maybe not every show. So that's the magic of Joesph. Heartfelt, short and sweet connections, and the audience feel the connections that we have on stage. They feel connected to us, send us lovely little cards and things backstage. It's really cute. And then, and they follow us and support us around. So why not? You know what I mean? There's no reason not to. And Amanda, you're one of those special ones. So thank you for that question. Thank
you for your question, Amanda. And of course, being myself from TV and radio, you get fans and supporters, and I like the word supporters because they want to support your career. But I've never realised in theatre how much everyone just becomes one big family. From starting doing these Q&As a few weeks ago, from Adam Lacey asking me, it's just a great big family. Everyone gets along. Everyone knows anyone. It's brilliant. It's lovely.
I think people from the outside look at it and think that we're really odd because we're quite tactile people in general, aren't we, as performers? Yeah. There's less of a boundary. We're getting changed backstage in front of each other. No one's really batting an eye. So there's like a wall that's been broken down. There's no barrier there. So the connections we have are fierce because we're all in. I think as performers, most of the time, we want to make those genuine connections, and we're not afraid to go that extra mile for them.
Yeah, brilliant. I love it. I just love the community spirit of it all. It's phenomenal. Absolutely. I would have never experienced it. I mean, I've been to see West End shows and Broadway shows, and to kind of now be part of it, or to be experience it, it's magical. It's a magical community. So I agree. You're very lucky to be part of it.
I am so lucky, and I just can't wait to do it again. You're making me really miss it.
Sorry.
In a good way, in a really good way. In a really good way. I'm thinking, that is lovely, isn't it? How lucky am I? But yeah, I obviously still have those friends, so I get to make those connections via Zoom, and that'll do for now.
Right, on with the questions so we don't make you cry. Jordan Doolan, what is your favourite theatre in the UK if you had to choose? Now, you've toured and done many, so if you had to choose one, what would it be?
Oh, no, really one? Can I get a top three?
We'll give you two.
Okay. And some of this is nostalgia, and some of it's because it's an incredible theatre. The Edinburgh Playhouse is stunning. And a great vibe. Edinburgh was just a great vibe that week. It was St. Patrick's Day while we were there. So there's loads of energy. And just on the side of the Edinburgh Playhouse, there's a little drag bar, which is lots of fun as well. So we'd, go there for a drink afterwards. There were a great crowd. It's a huge theatre. So to fill that feels stunning. Like, it feels so cool. So that obviously was a great, I think it's 2,500 seater, that one. So that's a special one. And then I think I'd have to say the number one would be the Newcastle Arena that we did. We finished.
That's a big place.
Yeah. I have to pinch myself sometimes, really, when I think about the fact that I performed in an arena, in a dreamy musical, as a little sasspot in a red dress. You know what I mean? Like, what more could a girl ask for? It's great. So, yeah, the Newcastle Arena over Christmas. And I can't believe how much we sold it out. It was stunning and such a vibe. Again, thousands and thousands of people every single show. You can't beat it. You really can't.
You've made our Robbie, producing this, very happy with Newcastle Arena.
Why, aye, man! That's what I learned from 2 weeks in Newcastle.
Paid off then, didn't it? Robbie's just gone brilliant. I think he appreciates that. Right, another question. Get away from the tune. Sinead Quinn, are you looking forward to the Joesph concert?
Of course I am. And we've been eagerly awaiting its arrival. So it's really exciting. And now the excitement has built so much, because it's like, oh my gosh, is it going to be today? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be the week after? So we've had a preliminary date, haven't we? But
have we? This is news to me.
Well, yes. Hot off the press, we've had a preliminary date, so fingers crossed that everything goes to plan and everything's finished, and we can have our watch party.
Yeah, we're excited for it. I've been told the press night is Saturday the 30th, so next Saturday hopefully will be the press night. So very excited for that.
Christmas.
Yeah, true. I love it. Sallie, full release 1st of June, maybe, apparently, I'm being told. But the best way to keep up to date is, of course, follow us on all the social media platforms. You've got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get following on all of those. We will get you, keep you updated, and get you fully informed on there about all the dates and the press sites and everything. And we're just so excited to see it. We're excited to see many acts. Of course, you, Sallie, as well. Thank you for agreeing to be part of it. We're very excited to have you on board. And thank you for answering the questions today.
Is that goodbye?
That's it.
Oh, so sad.
It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Guys, please, if you've got 50p, if you've got £5, you've got £5.50, please donate it. I've donated. Please, just anything you have, and enjoy the concert. It's there to make you smile, okay? So just please enjoy it. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
it's been a dream.
It has indeed, and I look forward to seeing you doing your stuff. And once again, Sallie, stay safe. Thank you very much for chatting to us, and we'll see you soon. Oh, by the way, before you go, obviously, if anybody wants to get interactive with you, follow you on social media, how do they do that?
At Sallie Beth Lawless on Instagram, at Sallie B Lawless on Twitter, and Sallie Beth Lawless on Facebook. There aren't many people with that name, so you won't struggle to find me, darlings.
Perfect. Sallie, stay safe. Thank you very much, love.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
See you later. I'll be back with you in a couple of nights, I think, for another Q&A. Get them in details coming up on your social media platforms. In the meantime, have a safe Sunday night. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.